Hi, my name's Riley Al. This is my review of A Game of Thrones Eddard 1. So, Ned witnesses everyone coming through the gates of Winterfell or whatever, and he makes comments about who they are. So Jaime Lannister, his brother Tyrion Lannister the Imp, Sandor Clegane with his burned face. He comments that the Queen and Prince Joffrey, and that the Queen comes in with her younger children because the double-decker wheelhouse that they were traveling, which was led by 40 horses, was too wide to fit through the gates. He mentions that he scarcely recognizes Robert, who has gained 8 stone, which is 112 pounds in the last 9 years. He basically comments about what he remembers of Robert and everything. And then once he lands down, Robert requests to go down to the crypt, which Cersei protests, which I guess kind of fair enough. I guess it would kind of be a bit shameful for her that the first thing he wants to do when he gets here is visit the chick who he planned on marrying before her. But luckily Jaime had a bit of tact and guided her away. So they get down there, and Robert comments about Rhaegar and how he wants to, and how Ned comments that he's killed him, and Robert comments he only killed him the once, but he kills him every night in his dreams, and that the once wasn't enough, which I agree. It is mentioned in this chapter that Lyanna is 16, and I don't know if it's in one of the later books, this book, or one of the in-world histories that George wrote, that Rhaegar is like in his 20s. Rhaegar was in his 20s, married, had 2 kids, and Lyanna was 16. Nothing about that relationship is okay. So I don't know what stance you subscribe to. Even if Lyanna went willingly, no, absolutely not. There ain't much willing in that relationship. There's nothing okay about that relationship. Absolutely not. If you're a person who ships Lyanna and Rhaegar, no. Just no. So Robert names Ned the Hand of the King. They comment about, Jon's son, Robert, and how he will not be getting the title Warden of the East, which is a title that usually is given to the Lord of the Eyrie. Lord of the Eyrie and Warden of the East. And it's usually, I guess, a military post or whatever. I gotta tell you, I laughed with Robert when he said that the saying. So he asked Ned if he knows the saying of the Hand of the King. The king builds and the hand. The king dreams and the hand builds. And then Robert says that the common people have a better one. The king eats and the hand takes the shit. Oh. That is the funny. I laughed with Robert. Ned's a loser for not laughing at that one. He's a loser for not laughing. He should have laughed. My like of the character went down after that. So Robert also mentions bonding their families, his son Joffrey and Ned's daughter Sansa. So, and Ned asks for, to sleep on it and talk to his wife. So throughout this chapter, it's been made mention that Robert is definitely a man who's given into his vices. Drinking, hell, he even mentions it. I want you to be the hand and run the kingdom while I eat, drink, and winch myself into a grave. And it's very clear that in different ways, both Robert and Ned are weighted by the past of the rebellion. He even comments when he looks at Brandon's grave, his older brother, that he was the heir. You know? It definitely seems that both Robert, more so Robert than Ned, are both weighted by the actions of the rebellion in the what ifs or whatever. Overall, this chapter was, it was alright. I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Thanks for watching the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want, and I'll see you in the next video.